History remembers soldiers for the blood they shed. But before Mehdi Huseynzade was a soldier, he was a dreamer. He was born in 1918 in the village of Novkani, just as the world was shifting beneath the feet of the Azerbaijani people. He was the son of a revolutionary, but his own revolution was one of the mind. At the Baku Art School and later the Leningrad Institute of Foreign Languages, Mehdi didn't just learn to draw, he learned to see. He mastered German, French and Russian. He was a poet, a painter and a linguist. In June 1941, the canvas was torn. The artist was handed a rifle. By 1942, Mehdi was a lieutenant at the gates of Stalingrad, the bloodiest stage in human history. Wounded and captured near Kalak, Mehdi entered the living hell of Nazi captivity. For the Soviet soldier, being captured was often seen as a betrayal back home. For Mehdi, it was a test of his greatest talent, deception. The Germans were looking for Eastern legions, units of Soviet minorities to fight for the Reich. Mehdi saw an opportunity. He joined the Turkestan Legion, not out of loyalty to Berlin, but to survive long enough to strike back. While stationed in Poland and later Italy, he didn't just play the part of a soldier. He became a ghost inside the machine. 1944, he had made contact with the Yugoslav partisans. In the dead of night, near the town of Trieste, the artist finally made his move. He defected, taking a group of Azerbaijani fighters with him. Mehdi Huseynzade was gone. Mixaylo was born. Mixaylo became a specialist in the city guerrilla style. His greatest weapon wasn't the submachine gun, it was his wardrobe. April 1944. The cinema in Opicina. Mixaylo walks in, places a briefcase under a seat, and walks out to smoke a cigarette. Minutes later, the building, filled with Nazi soldiers, is leveled. Weeks later, he struck the German officers' casino in Trieste. Over 100 casualties. The German command was paralyzed. They offered 400,000 Reichsmarks for his head. The posters described him as a tall, dark-haired saboteur. They didn't realize he was often the one standing right next to them, reading the poster. By November 1944, the net was closing. The Germans had launched a massive cleansing operation in the village of Vitovlje. On November 16th, Mixaylo was cornered. He had returned to the village to retrieve hidden documents and intelligence. He was alone against a company of soldiers. He didn't surrender. He fought from room to room, house to house. When his ammunition ran low, he made a final choice. Like the tragic heroes in the literature he loved, Mehdi Huseynzade took his own life to ensure the ghost could never be interrogated. He was 25 years old. For years after the war, his story was a whisper. It wasn't until 1957, thanks to the testimony of his fellow partisans and the Italian resistance, that he was officially named a hero of the Soviet Union. In Azerbaijan, he is more than a soldier. He is the ultimate symbol of the national character, the intellectual who can become a warrior when his home is threatened.
Se io muoio da partigiano, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire, e seppellire lassù in montagna. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 e seppellire.